Hi, I'm Greg Finn.
I'm Jess Budd.
And it is officially Marketing O'Clock here at Cypress North on this September 14th, 2018. Marketing O'Clock is your weekly dose of digital marketing news and information from the past week. We cover everything that's happened while giving you commentary, insight, sometimes rants that you can use. We're here every Friday filming this live without net, unedited, uncut, and then we are live on YouTube. And you can also find this podcast on your favorite podcast player,
Whatever that may be. And head over to marketingoclock.com for all of the show notes, links to the articles we're going to talk about today, all that jazz.
First up this week, LinkedIn has announced dynamic ads in their campaign manager. And what dynamic ads are is, you may have seen this, where all of a sudden your little face in a circle is pulled into an ad. And what that is supposed to do is to make this more recognizable, something that'll catch your eye a little bit better. And it was previously not available to everyone out there, but now companies large, small, everybody will have the ability for dynamic ads. An example of this is, let's say that I'm targeting Jess here, and I want to run a dynamic ad. I could say, hey, we've got this killer death metal concert, and I'll have that pull up next to her face, and then all of a sudden she'll look, oh, that's me. Oh, that's a death metal concert. Oh, I'm in.
It's kind of like, I love what you're saying. I would totally go, count me in, but like, you're going to pull people's faces into the ads, and that's not going to creep people out?
I mean, everything creeps people out these days.
You're right.
But who knows?
Yeah. We should all just put weird avatars that aren't our own faces, I guess, then.
Yeah, just everybody be Nick Cage, and then nobody will, you won't catch your attention.
In the breeze. All right, was that it for that?
That's it.
Okay, cool. Well, get your face on. All right. Lots of cool ad stuff going on this week then. So Google? Yes. Google Ads, not AdWords anymore, has announced new responsive display ads. If you have used Google Ads in the past, you know they already had something called responsive display ads. These are different. These are better. They're more like the Facebook dynamic ads that are going on now, or even Google's responsive search ads. Basically what that means is you can add up to 15 images, 5 headlines, 5 descriptions, and 5 logos to one ad, and Google will automate, play around, make all kinds of different combinations that you can be testing, and we'll use the machine learning capabilities that we know and love about Google to optimize those. The interesting thing that I thought, or didn't see, I guess, is the call to action button. They didn't talk about that at all. I know that's something in Facebook Dynamic that you can play around testing multiple options. I didn't see that in the article. So maybe it's something that's not going to happen, or maybe it's already there. You look like you have something to say.
The one thing I really liked when you had recapped it there was 5 different logos. It's like, what are we going to do? Like, call your designer up? Yeah. Let's get a couple vintage look and feel logos. It's a little excessive. You can do the one and then the horizontal. You don't need the five logos.
I don't know if I have 5 logos for any of the
No, why would you have 5
clients
logos?
that I have? I don't know.
Doesn't make any sense.
I mean, a logo is supposed to be recognizable.
No, well, just mix it up. So the other thing I saw that I liked about it is there will be some feedback given.
Yes.
So you're going to be scored based off of all these assets on learning, which means there's no data yet, low, good, or best rating. I like the more quantitative scores that you get with like our quality scores in Google Ads. But hey, at least it's something. It's better than nothing.
It's because nothing. I mean, what they were doing with the search ads, we don't see any data. Maybe that'll change. Maybe this is a gateway into that. But I did like that too. Again, it's nothing like Facebook where you can actually see stats on the individual ones. But maybe. Early tests on this, by the way, again, Google always touts happy stats, 10% increase in conversions at a similar CPA. So get jazz. This is rolling out globally over the next month to everybody.
Awesome. Next up, LinkedIn has a new groups experience. They call it the shared space to build your professional communities. And they basically rebuilt groups from the ground up. And there are 3 main differences that have launched. First off, it's going to be easier to find groups. You're going to be able to get right into your groups from the main navigation panel in LinkedIn. Secondly, and maybe the most important, is that you can keep the conversation going directly within your LinkedIn feed. So you'll start to be able to jump into conversations that are happening in groups that you're following right in your main feed, which is huge.
That's really nice.
And then you can also find groups better that match your interest. The one negative to this that I know has been plaguing some folks that really rely on LinkedIn groups is that some of the messaging that was previously available is not anymore. So being able to message out different surveys or notifications right now, there's still a little worry on that. But again, there are some more changes coming down the pipe here too.
That's awesome. Back to ads. Let's talk more about ads. Groups are fun, but moving on. Facebook is renaming and giving a makeover to their Canvas ads. So I put in my notes it was a name over, and then that's not a good word. So
I like that.
You do?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Canvas ads are getting a name over, everybody. They are now called Instant Experiences, and they are loaded with lots of fancy new capabilities. They load faster on mobile, which Canvases already did, so maybe they're even faster than Canvases. They've also got a bunch of new templates based on what your business type is. You can pick one that's good for you. There's full details in the show notes, but just to list some out for you: instant storefront, instant lookbook, instant customer acquisition, instant storytelling, and instant form, which I think is huge. We love forms and filling them out and having other people do that. And the coolest part, I think, is that the Facebook Pixel is now a part of the tracking the experience within the instant experiences. We're just going to keep saying experience over and over again. So it's great for retargeting. You can target people based on how they have interacted with your instant experience. And then also, they didn't give too much detail on this, but I think it's really interesting, and I'd be excited to see how it works for everybody. They are allowing you to add third-party pixels to track your instant experience as well. And they say that this will be used for comparing data between your instant experience campaigns and other campaigns. So they didn't really expand too much on that, so I'm not really sure what that means, but it sounds more data is better than less data, so it sounds good to me.
Absolutely. And then the other thing that I like is when I keep hearing instant experiences and the instant storytelling, I just can't help but picture The Matrix, right? Where it's just like all of a sudden it's like instant storytelling. Here you go. So yeah, but again, it is a huge benefit for mobile users. Yep. And just again, having those experiences, there we go, ding
instantly
ding, actually be able to be consumed easier. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah, it is a mouthful though. I wish they would have come up with a better name for it, but whatever.
All right, and that brings us to our lightning round. First off this week, YouTube is allowing vertical video ads for TrueView and Universal App campaigns on YouTube. And of course, there is, I'm just going to go again, Grandpa Finn here on everybody. Apparently, vertical video is just here to stay. I know that we've talked about this a lot, but even on YouTube, people are watching YouTube videos vertically. What kind of savages are doing this?
Me.
Vertically?
Well, my screen is always locked because I hate that it flips when I flip the phone. So sometimes I'm just too lazy to hit the little button. So this is great for me.
How do I unplug this mic over here? But so now, for the Just Buds of the world out there, you can curate your messages to be big and bold in a vertical fashion. And for us normal humanoids that like consuming videos as they are made to be consumed, we look at those on the horizontal. So look for that.
Yeah, look for that. And other great news for more Just Buds of the world, because if you're anything like me, you don't like seeing your face all over the internet, which happens to me every week. But if you're like me and you'd rather just have the audio version of such, Twitter and Periscope are on your side. They are launching audio-only broadcasting. So it's available right now just in the iOS app. Sorry, Android users, keep putting your makeup on for a little while longer. But it's pretty cool. I mean, it's nice. Maybe sometimes you just have something to say and you're in your pajamas and you just want to get your message out there. You can just record some audio and post it, again, to Twitter and Periscope.
Yeah, videos of production. This is nice. It'll give people just the ability to be there live in the moment, but not need to add that visual to it. So, again, conferences, events, things like that, I could see this being really, really big.
Yeah, news on the fly,
right, where you can't set things up.
Yep.
So, perfect. All right, next article is from Recode, and it is Amazon is stuffing its search results pages with ads, and they seem to be working. And this is
wow, what a shock.
We put this in there, and I think if you go to the show notes, you'll be really surprised. Recode basically took every ad and turned it kind of like pink and red, and it is pretty incredible how much of what users see on Amazon is actually ads, and it's now to the point where it's almost like Google's mobile results.
Whoa.
Ads all over.
It's a prime example of why you should consider paid in your overall digital strategy.
And ding, ding.
But
can't beat that.
Next up, there's been some chatter on the internet about how, speaking of Google, your search ads are displaying in the search results. It appears to be just a test, but what some folks have seen is the bottom 3 ads in the search results are just showing headlines, no descriptions, which is interesting because they just gave us all this additional real estate, and now they're saying, hey, put some stuff in here, but we may not show it. So I haven't seen it, but there is an example. Like, on go to the show notes, there's a screenshot of what it looks like. Just some things to consider as marketers. You know, maybe you want to bid a little bit more competitively to be at the top of the page to get your full message out there, and just be cognizant of the fact that your descriptions may not show. So really use those 3 headlines to get your point across, and, you know, try and sell the best you can, because that may be all you get.
Again, and this is just a test seen in the wild, but there are some pretty big ramifications. You know, we've got folks that have regulatory restrictions, and when you need to put certain messages in, it's good to know what is going to be shown. And completely ripping out that description is a big change, and hopefully we learn a little bit more about this, as it does affect everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, and then last up this week, Google will now be showing video in their shopping showcase ads. And the shopping showcase ads is that ad type that allows you to get that first click for free and then view the shopping results from a specific retailer. And there will now be video ads shown within the showcase ads. So if you're running shopping showcase ads, this will be eligible to you. And check that out. Again, if you've got stuff to do, you got video, this will be worth a test. And that brings us to our must-read marketing article of the week, an article too in-depth, too detailed for us to cover completely here on the show. And today's marketing article of the week comes from getstat.com, and it is exploring Google's carousel, the featured snippet. And they really went in depth on the new carousel featured snippet, and essentially they found a lot of really great stuff about these snippets, and the fact that now there's 6 times the amount of snippets that are being shown on the average search engine results page, talking about the fact of multi-ownership. If you are interested at all in feature snippets and the search engine results pages, this is an article that you should check out from GetStat. Thank you very much for the detail on this one, guys. And that does it for today's show. It is now officially not Marketing O'Clock. And remember, you can catch all the content that we talked about today on marketingoclock.com or in the description below. And please make sure that you subscribe so that you can catch Jess and I, and you can see her face here each and every single Friday.
Audio only.
See you later.
Bye.